for $89. They're sending drugs to your house and they're calling it therapy, right? Boy side! Welcome to Muzzle Tough. We're two guys.
Wait, are we doing? Wait.
We don't know what we're talking about, but you know what we're talking about today? What we're talking about?
Do the voice. Do the voice.
We're talking about therapy, baby.
Hell yeah.
Also, if
Hell
anyone's
yeah.
hiring a voice actor,
Then in
hire
that case,
someone
I
else.
got you.
Hire someone
You need-
else.
Maybe they need the voice of someone who really sounds like they just got punched in the face by COVID.
Drugs as therapy.
All right. Should I,
Now-
all right, Mayor, yay or nay? Also, I gotta get while you talk to the people, I have to get tissue.
So I want to say I think there's 3 ways we can attack this. I think there's drugs as therapy as in self-medicating. You know, people who are depressed and they don't want to take the pills that the doctors give out, and so they take maybe marijuana, maybe alcohol, maybe cigarettes, caffeine, you know, maybe harder things, a little bit of meth, cocaine, a little bit of heroin, self-medicating as therapy. Then the next level is, of course, prescription drug therapy, right? You go to your doctor, you say, I'm stressed about this and this. You get a prescription for a Xanax, for a this, a that, pills that calm your mind and your nerves. And then the third and final step, or the third and final thing I think we could attack it as, is sort of like this new wave of therapy that's coming out of like mushroom therapy and ketamine therapy and stuff like that.
Yep.
So of those 3, which do you think is the most interesting?
I heard ketamine, so I'm gonna go with that one.
All right, Ben. Ketamine therapy. What do you think? Is it fucking valid? Do you think it's real therapy? Do you think it's just as good as going to a talk therapist and getting your shit out?
Yes.
Really?
In fact, I think it's way better. Because
Really?
here's what happened. Let me explain. I decided to do ketamine therapy.
Really?
I'll tell you the story.
Wait. Are you pulling my leg?
Of course, I'm pulling your leg, but listen to the bit. Okay, so I decided to do ketamine therapy. Okay,
You shouldn't have told me you were pulling my leg, but now going.
Maybe I'm not pulling your leg. You don't know.
Oh, I'm interested.
That's right. Twist. Because yesterday I did first time ever ketamine therapy, hence why my nose is so stuffy. Because they had me just ripping lines of Special K off of the doctor's ass. It was a whole thing. And then I remember it. That's right. And then I remember after that, they were like, okay, now your real therapy begins. You're gonna do this gigantic full vase filled with like ketamine. Let's probably get some other cutters in there, but like whatever it is, because there's some stuff, there's baby powder, whatever. Okay. Then I went and I talked to my therapist. I had a deep conversation. And only after about 2 hours of therapy did I realize I was standing on the street buck naked talking to a stop sign for the entire time. That's how powerful Special K is. Every pole becomes your therapist. You can just start talking to anything and it will listen and you will heal.
Okay. So I did a quick scan online. And goddamn, the cost of a 4-hour ketamine in 4 hours.
It's a lot of hours.
4 hours, Ben. 4 hours. And so a ketamine infusion, so intravenous injection of ketamine overseen by a nurse practitioner at the very least, for depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Do you think that if you go get shot up with ketamine, that it'll help all three of those things that you have?
Yes, definitely.
Really? Long term? Really?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Do you think it's worth $350 per infusion? And that's a minimum, by the way, if you have insurance.
No, no. Here's what you
Because
do.
if you
You go
don't
to
have
you go to
insurance,
Mexico.
listen, let me
Go
tell
to
you what right
Oaxaca.
now. Let me tell you something right now. Do you think that if something that you have to pay $350 for that is overseen in-house by a nurse practitioner, do you think it's safe to have the same thing shipped to your house for $55?
No, no, no. I think.
Because
Well,
I'm
okay, man. I
telling you
have two
right now, I
thoughts.
just found a company right here called Mind Bloom. Mind Bloom. Okay? They'll send you, all right? They'll send you ketamine and a guided therapy session to your house for $89. They're sending drugs to your house and they're calling it therapy. Raboisai! We're in Gullis. Let me tell you. Okay? This is insane.
No,
This is
Mayor.
you think they were gonna stop at dispensaries? You think when the the government is the drug dealer now? It always has been. Raboisai! What is going on in the world? How do I
I'll tell you.
sign
You
up
want to know
for
what's happening?
this?
It's called progress. That's what's happening. And I'll
Hell
also tell you
yeah.
this. I will tell you this, Mayor. We should make therapy from every known drug on the planet. I'm going to be doing
Heroin
crack,
therapy,
cocaine. Yeah,
crack
like
cocaine. Well, listen, as a person
do
who
some
smoked,
meth therapy.
listen, can I tell you from experience? Let me tell you right now. You're gonna need some therapy for your therapy if you're doing crack cocaine therapy, all right?
That's good. It's like you get more
I
therapy
found a
for the
great
same amount of therapy.
rate. $75. They'll shoot you up with ketamine right here. Go ahead. Oral ketamine. Wow, beautiful. You could pop it as a pill. What happened to the stuff? I liked that when we were kids. You remember?
Yeah, I remember yesterday when I was a kid. That was amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's bogus. I'm not gonna lie. I think you're better off self-medicating with other things like marijuana. You know,
Wait,
straight
but
up,
that's just a drug too.
it's a drug too, but it's not a needle in your arm. It's not a chemical made in a goddamn fickety flam schwim. And also, by the way, let me just say, it's definitely cheaper. Having seen the prices, it's cheaper if it's your long-term strategy for your PTSD or your depression or your anxiety, and you have to do this once a week, maybe twice a month, that's still $700. That's if you have insurance. And that's the cheapest one. That's probably even not a good one. They don't even talk to you. They just shoot you up with shit. And they sit there and
Just shove your
the
shoulders into the
therapist,
chair.
it doesn't even ask you how you feel about that. They just you feel.
Yeah. What you do
Yeah,
is you
like
accept what will be happening.
listen, I think it's insane. I think it's just another way for the government to make money off of drug users, just like the dispensaries. You know what I mean? And that's the reason, by the way, some of these states, their dispensaries are struggling. The only revenue they get is during tourist season, and that's because the taxes are so high that people who live there would still rather just find the guy. You know what I mean? No taxes
Yes.
for the guy, and the guy delivers. You know what I mean? Ay
Wait,
vey.
wait. What is this? What is that? I think the drugs.
They're
We
gonna
need
ship
drug therapy in life.
ketamine to your house, Raboisai.
Rob Boy side,
Vivel
Ellen Kedding.
invention. I don't want to say what you did there, man.
That's good. I called up the Culliver Revy. I was like, "What's a good ketamine pun, Culliver Revy?" And he's like, "Well, you're talking to the Ketamine Rebbe. Like, let's go. Like, I got you on this." And then he fell face forward into his soup.
I should be BLP Kosher's AKA right there. Ketamine or Rebbe.
AKA the Culliver Revy.
No, the ketamine or Rebbe.
The
The
ketaminer.
ketamine or Rebbe.